Hello and welcome to 5 and 5, where we take time to ask industry leaders questions pertaining to one of 5 topics selected completely at random. I'm very happy to say that we have Siew Ting Foo with us. Siew is the Global Marketing Vice President in Strategy and Planning for HP Inc. in the print category. Thank you very much for joining us.
Hi.
All right, let's just find out what topics we're going to chat through. I'm going to share my screen with you. Can you see that?
Yes.
Please, could you read out what topic it's landed on?
Memories.
Memories, okay. Please, would you mind sharing what is your favorite business memory? So a memory that's related to your work career.
It will be with my previous company, which is Diageo. It is the leading international beverage company. I was running and heading up marketing in for the Johnny Walker brand in China, really iconic. And I was just given a fantastic opportunity to, disrupt the market and actually launch the world's first experiential center, smack in the right of the Shanghai city. And it's the world's first. I was able to bring the experience of the whole whiskey culture to the Chinese community. And that was potentially, the best memory, the best iconic campaign and iconic work I've ever done. And it inspired, the rest of the world. And thereafter, there are many, many Johnny Walker houses. And also, it actually inspired a lot of industry category to actually really disrupt the whole experience. Yeah.
Oh my God, what a fantastic thing to be part of. So that was the first sort of Johnny Walker house you've helped to set that up.
Yeah. And you wouldn't imagine that for an iconic brand that is really global, to enable, someone from Asia to really do that, and the Asia team to do that. But I have to say that, the leaders then were really empowering, and they gave us that freedom to really take the risk.
How long ago was that?
I think it's probably about a good 7 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing. What is a personal memory that really sticks out for you?
Well, I think a personal memory that really stick up for me is just becoming a mother. And interestingly, I actually had my baby in my first secondment, which is in Shanghai.
Uh-huh.
So I gave birth to Johnny Walker House, but thereafter, 2 years later, I also gave birth to my little one, and she's currently 7 years old.
Okay. Oh wow. So 7 years ago. So that straight after. Do you have a bucket list memory or something that you want to look back on in a few years on? Is there something that you really want to kind of achieve now and to create that memory for?
The question is to achieve now and create the memory for.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. I think two. I have one is career, and I mean professional, and I think one is personal. Let me start with the personal one. I've always been into mindfulness, spiritual stuff, yoga, spa, and I enjoy that a lot. And so I'm hoping that, through enjoying all the different experiences in spa and yoga, blah, 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 and one stage, I would be able to set up my own yoga come spa space itself. And I think the other bucket list will be, I hope to really retire, being in a few years' time, or maybe 10 years' time, to really run a so-called consultancy firm, which is really about championing marketing professionals into diversity and inclusion, in essence. So I'm currently working on what are the skill set that I need to pick, whether it's in terms of coaching, in terms of speakers, in order to build that profile for this bucket list.
Amazing. Oh, incredible. Well, I hope that you achieve these, and that will be amazing memories to look back on, I'm sure.
Yeah.
What is the top, if you had to look back at your 20-year-old self, what is a piece of advice that you'd give yourself?
A piece of advice I'll give myself will be trust your instinct. And be authentic.
That's very good advice. And last question, on the topic of memory, and as you are the global marketing vice president, what is, and you mentioned already the campaign that you worked on in China, but is there another, what is one of the best campaigns that you've ever seen? Marketing campaigns.
I would say something pretty recent, if I'm not wrong, is just about 2 years, if I'm not wrong, 1.5 years or 2 years ago. It's from Nike. I'm always been a big fan of their campaigns, because it's really true and purposeful to the purpose, and they always keep reinventing. I think the one that really struck me was the campaign that they did with Colin. Itself, the footballer, and how they brought that alive in a very disruptive way. It was in the moment, but also in terms of the entire digital ecosystem and engagement itself. And I think it reinvents the brand, which was really needed for a while. And it generated lots of conversations. And I think during that time, it also helped with the shareholder investors. So it was brave, it was bold. It also helped.
And in the end, it had results. Yeah.
And it had fantastic results. Yeah. So I think that is the most memorable one over the course of the last 2 years.
For sure. Well, thank you so much for your time. It's been a real pleasure talking to you.
Oh, okay. That was easy.
I know, right? This has been 5 and 5.